What is up? What is up? YouTube, check this out, man. Attorney breaks down viral JSO traffic stop. I've been checking out a lot of these videos where the police is doing traffic stop and everything, and we've been posting a lot of them on our other channel, man. So go subscribe to Before the Stage. Before the Stage is our other channel. Go subscribe to that channel right now. Hit that subscribe button over here. We rock 3 channels up here on this YouTube stream. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out, man. Here we go.
Really, there's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. 2 things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight.
3,
I don't need the lights. And it's not raining. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over.
All right, let's stop it right there. This gentleman has asked the officer, why are you pulling me over? There's nothing wrong with that. If you get pulled over, you have the right to know what's going on. The officer gives him 2 reasons. The first reason is that he doesn't have his headlights on. The second reason is that he's not wearing a seatbelt. Either one of these reasons is sufficient for the officer to pull this driver over. Now the driver says, hey, it's not raining. This is not inclement weather. The driver could be absolutely right. I believe the Florida statute necessitates that it either be raining, that it be foggy, or that it be smoking. We can see from the video here that it's not raining, not really foggy, not really smoking. So the defendant actually could win in court that, hey, he didn't have probable cause to pull me over. The issue though is that he was not wearing his seatbelt. So even if the officer pulled him over erroneously for the headlight violation, the officer still has him on the seatbelt. Now let's assume that the officer was mistaken and he's wearing his seatbelt. Then both reasons are erroneous and the officer should not have pulled him over. What does that mean? It means that this young man can win in court. What this man cannot do is win on the asphalt. This driver is making a very poor decision in trying to argue his way and win his case in the street. He would be much better off, much safer if he could litigate this in court in a controlled environment where there are prosecutors who are hopefully reasonable, a judge who is hopefully reasonable, and maybe his own attorney. As we're about to see, he is in the street with none of these safeguards, and some of these officers, it appears, are not reasonable. It is my opinion that some of these officers demonstrated very poor police work. And so what I am going to do in the latter half of this video is show you some officers in a very similar situation that performed excellently. This is not a racial thing. In this situation, you have black and white officers and a black driver. And in the clip that I'm going to show you with excellent police work, again, you have black and white officers and a black driver. But we're going to go ahead and break this down step by step from a legal framework so we can all understand what's going on. So what do we got? We have a cop making a stop. It appears to be good, but even if it's not, the driver is making the very first mistake in trying to contest this case on the street. He should take his tickets, sign it, and then show up to court and win there.
Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
35. I'm property dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Now look at this driver. He is making another mistake. He's saying, why did you pull me over? Well, we already discussed it. This officer pulled you over for a seatbelt violation and for a headlight violation. Sometimes drivers want to convince the officers that they didn't commit these violations. That is wrong. You don't try to convince the officers. You try to convince the judge. This driver is making some very serious mistakes in this traffic stop.
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle.
The police officer gave this driver a lawful command to step out of the vehicle. He needs to step out. He is not doing that either. This driver is setting himself up to be in a very risky situation.
25 seconds. For 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be.
Let's stop it right here. A lot of people have pointed out correctly that even the responding officers' headlights are not on. So it seems very hypocritical for officers to pull over drivers for their headlights when the officers themselves are violating the law regarding their headlights. But that's neither here nor there. If these drivers are committing violations, the officers have the right to pull them over.
Very good eye. I wouldn't have picked up on that. I missed that one. Good eye. The police officer that's coming to block the front of the car in, he don't have his headlights on. I can see a little bit of raindrops on the gray car, but hey, you need to give your partner a ticket, bruh. That's the way I look at it.
Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. He gonna have to pay for that window.
Well, we're conducting a traffic stop right now. You need to.
No, he's under arrest. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
Can you unlock the door and step out? I will. Can you step out? You're being done. There's a traffic stop being conducted. You're required to comply.
Let me stop it right here. Can you guys sense the difference in the tone of these two police officers? The first officer with a very elevated, aggressive tone is saying, open the door, you're under arrest for resisting. The second officer, the responding officer, said, hey man, can you open the door? Can we talk? This is how you want your police officers interacting with the community. Let me put myself on the big screen for a second because this is important. Guys, these police officers work for us, all right? They are here to protect us and to serve us. They're part of the government. When the police officers pull you over, there does need to be some understanding that, hey, we're all in the same community. You can talk to me like I'm a human being, even if I am not obeying your commands. Why is that? I'll be honest with you guys. People are going through stuff every single day. Everybody goes through things. Cops pull people over on a day that their mother has passed away. Cops pull people over when they've been diagnosed with cancer and they have 90 days or 6 months to live. Cops pull people over when they've just been fired from their job. Do any of these excuses justify crazy behavior? No. But this driver is not acting crazily. This driver is resisting, and that's fine. But he's not being aggressive. The police later on, through the sheriff, indicated that they found a knife under his seat or by his feet, but they also indicated that he made no attempt to grab that knife. What you would want from police officers is a little bit of understanding. Not like the first cop, but like the second cop, just saying, hey man, can you just step out? Can we talk? I really like the approach from the second officer, just being a little kind, a little human to human grace and understanding.
He also could use the excuse of where he had his window up, I had to raise my voice to make sure he hear me. Because apparently he wasn't hearing me because he keep asking me over and over again the same thing. So I raised my voice to get more volume so he can hear me. Not with attitude, but with just volume so I can speak through the glass. He could use that as an excuse.
Vehicle's locked in.
Yes.
He's locked it up. He's putting the window down.
Correct.
I tried to talk to
Huh? Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess,
when he pulled me over, he walked up.
Look at this. Look at this. This officer is saying, hey, tell me what's going on. Talk to me. The first officer isn't asking any questions, like, get out of the car, get out of the car. The second officer says, hey, man, let's come to a common understanding. Let's try to de-escalate this. Do you guys see how the first officer is escalating it? The second officer is trying to de-escalate it. Shout out to this second officer.
I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, there's multiple people headlights off.
Okay, that's still
and then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that?
Well, this officer is incorrect right here, but what all attorneys learn in our first year of practicing criminal defense is that officers are not attorneys. So many times they have a misunderstanding of what the law is. They will misquote the law, and that's fine. That's what courts are for. That's what judges are for. When this man says, hey, it's not raining, and the officer says, it doesn't matter, you got to have your headlights on, that's an incorrect statement of law. But that's fine. Let's keep going.
Can you pull that law
Yeah,
up?
when you step out of the car, I will.
Hey.
Can you call your supervisor? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Oh,
Dang.
Exit the vehicle.
all right, let's stop it right there.
That's a
Guys,
no-no.
this right here absolutely is indefensible.
That's a no right there, man. He hit the guy. He about to lose his job. That police, you right. Now that, because he probably seen the video. I'm just seeing it for the first time. No way in the world.
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
No, that's wrong.
Can you call your supervisor? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it. Vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
All right, let's stop it right there. Guys, this right here absolutely is indefensible. There is no reason why this man should have been punched in the mouth. He has not been physically aggressive with these officers. He has not threatened these officers in any way. This gentleman is saying some stupid things. He's like, hey, show me the law. You're not entitled to see what the law is while you're on the asphalt, all right? That's what court is for. This driver is very confused about where he's at, but you are allowed to be confused without getting punched in the teeth. You're going to hear a lot of people review this footage and they're going to say, well, if he would have complied with this officer's lawful orders, this would not have happened. They're right. But even though they're right, it does not excuse this type of mistreatment, this type of abuse. Again, I'm going to show you a very similar situation where the officers there handled it beautifully. These officers can enforce the law without abusing the community. I could already tell from the way that this officer was conducting the traffic stop that he was looking to escalate the situation. It's come out that this officer has received numerous complaints in the past. Of course, the sheriff's office investigates these and no real punishment was meted out. So many times when you practice criminal law, you will have these same officers on the witness stand. And as an attorney, you are cross-examining them. And let me tell you, so many of these officers, they do not like it. They feel like they should be the ones in power. They should be the ones in control. And when you start asking them very pointed questions and insist and demand on an answer, now they get their backs all bowed up. Here, this driver was not complying with what this officer wanted, and now this officer's back is all bowed up, and this officer's going to show this man who's boss. So the first thing that this officer does when he makes physical contact with this driver is punch him in the teeth. This is absolutely inexcusable.
Wrong.
Now, let me say, the state's attorney's office has investigated this situation, and guess what they found? They found that this officer committed no wrongdoing. This officer has been cleared of any criminal charges. So does this mean that if you don't follow an officer's direction, any officer can come up and punch you in the teeth? This sets a very bad precedent about how police can interact with us, and it justifies this long-standing distrust that some people, some communities have with the police. Punching this non-compliant but non-violent driver is inexcusable.
Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
1033 at 16.1 hours.
What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now. All right.
No.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Damn, young. That's 2 punches. What is wrong with this guy, man? That is, and he was not found guilty at all? No. No, hell to the no. No way in the world. What? That's not right. That is not right. 100% wrong.
What is your reason?
Step out now. All right.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Did you guys see the second punch? Punched him right in the mouth again. We're going to look at this in slow motion, and there might be some people who want to justify this second punch. And let me tell you, this man, in my opinion, the driver, is being compliant. It is impossible for you to comply with 4 or 5 officers pulling you in different directions. Some officers are going to want you to go to the ground. around. Other officers are going to want you to stand up so they can cuff you. While you're being ragdolled around, what does that look like? It looks like you're not complying. But what's happening is that you have 4 or 5 grown men tugging on you in different directions. Let's take a look at what's going on. We can see here that the officer who broke the window has his right arm around the subject's head and neck, right? Now look, he reaches in, he reaches back, he balls his fist up. As he balls his fist up, let's take a look to see where the driver's hands are. The driver's hands are behind his back. This man is causing no threat to the officer who's about to punch him in the mouth. Boom, right there. This is inexcusable. Hits him right in the jaw, and again, this man's arms are behind his back. He falls to the ground. Now, I'm telling you, it can look like this man is resisting, but I want you to have 4 or 5 officers pulling and grabbing on you, pushing your body, pushing your head to the ground. Your pain receptors will cause you to move. They've got the driver down. Now look at this. The same officer who made the initial stop, the officer who punched the guy in the mouth twice, now he's punched the guy in the back of the leg, in the hamstring. Y'all see his arm right there? That's one punch. Do you see his fist? That's the second punch. It looks like, oh my God, it looks like he gave him a nut shot. Here's another punch, a third punch. Here's another punch, a fourth punch. Meanwhile, guys, this man has his hands behind his back and there are 3 or 4 officers on his back, and this officer is still pounding away on this young driver. Here's another punch, a 5th punch. Look at this man. There's an officer there with his hands, both hands, on this man's head, pushing his head into the ground. Meanwhile, you have, and that's fine. You have to get control of these individuals. I understand that. But why are you punching this man in the thighs? This is inexcusable.
What's wrong with you? What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was on. Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking. I was doing, bro. What's going on, man? You're under arrest. That's what's going on. No. Yes, bro. Yes. That's a local reason, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna take it off you, bro.
All right, guys, so we see what's going on. In my opinion, the other officers conducted a fine traffic stop, no problem. It's the first responding officer, the one who was escalating the situation, the one who punched through the window, punched him in the mouth, then dragged him out, punched him again in the jaw, and then was wailing on his thighs and his hamstrings. Absolutely inexcusable. This officer apparently has had other complaints. He needs to be fired, and in my opinion, he needs to be charged with battery. You cannot have a few bad apples floating around assaulting community members. Now, let me show you another example where you have a black driver and black and white officers, and look at how they handle the situation. Do they have to bust the window out? Yes. Do they have to drag the defendant out? Yes. But look at how they did it with calmness, with respect, with humanity for the community. You have a driver who was pulled over for speeding. She immediately asked for a supervisor. She's contesting that she was speeding. She's saying everybody else is speeding. Why did you pull me over? She's even saying that she wants to see the speed gun. She wants to see the results. She is refusing to get out of the car. And I want you to notice the difference between all of these officers here and the officers that we just saw. Hold up. Let's pause from this analysis of police work for a second to have a quick word from our sponsor, Chapter Medicare. If Chapter
but we don't have to show you that stuff, man.
You don't have to show me, so I don't have to show proof like that.
No, it doesn't work that way, ma'am.
I don't know why people think that.
It doesn't work that way, ma'am.
I want to know where's my proof. Where's the proof that I go?
Now, again, this lady is being completely unreasonable. She's asking for proof that she broke the law. Where do you get proof? Where do you see proof, guys? Where do you see evidence? Guys, you see proof, you see evidence in court. I don't know why certain people want to argue their case in the street. So you've got a community member being very unreasonable, but look at the tone of these officers. Look at their patience. This is what you want in good police work. Let's go.
She just told you that you did. Ma'am, we don't have to show you our radar equipment. No, we don't. No, we don't, ma'am.
If you have to, I want to verify. How are you going to accuse me? It was officer.
She wants to.
What makes a person think that they have to show proof? I don't know where that came from. Why do you think that a police officer have to show proof? I've never seen a police officer show any proof. Here's my proof. Look, you see the radar gun? Come on, man, that's crazy.
Verify the speed gun.
How does she pick me out of all the people? I didn't break you.
Can we have, ma'am, can we have your ID, ma'am? That's all we need. I just explained all that to you. And yes, I did, ma'am. Because we don't have to show you what our radar stuff reading is. No, we don't, ma'am. Maybe for court.
Exactly.
Not right now. Y'all know we are too, ma'am.
Look at
Yes, ma'am.
Look at this.
Still waiting for your ID that you won't give me.
Yeah.
Look at their tone, guys.
It's go a whole lot faster.
Go very poorly for you, dear.
Let me pause it. Guys, look at this. Now, I'm not saying that every officer needs to go above and beyond, but does it seem to you that these officers are escalating the situation? Does it seem to you that these officers want to punch people in the mouth? If you cannot be reasonable with unreasonable people, then you shouldn't be a police officer. I know I shouldn't be a police officer because if I'm going to be honest with you, I wanted to punch that dude in the mouth too. But that's why I'm not on the street in uniform. That's why I'm not interacting with the community on a daily basis. So many people say, oh, well, being a teacher, that's a calling. Being a nurse, being a medical provider, that's a calling. Well, let me tell you, being a police officer is a calling as well. You have to have a certain type of personality. If you feel like you have to punch unreasonable community members, you should not be in uniform.
Yes, ma'am.
Still here, still waiting for your ID that you won't give me.
Yeah.
Look how calm these officers are.
Start the site and near the site.
No idea. Did she tell you she was a sovereign citizen, one of those?
One of those mornings.
Messing around with these good citizens up here.
It's just one of those mornings.
And let me stop it right here.
There.
This officer whispered to the other officer, did she tell you she's a sovereign citizen? Why is that important? These sovereign citizens are completely unreasonable. They believe that the laws do not apply to them. But you can't go around punching sovereign citizens in the mouth. You can't punch them in the teeth. You can't punch them in the thighs and give them nut shots. Just because someone has crazy ideas, just because someone isn't complying verbally, doesn't mean that police officers get to beat on us.
Making me nervous you're not providing your ID. Okay. Can you like a warrant or something?
Let me stop it right here. This lady is saying, hey, you're making me nervous. What does the officer say? The officer say, you're making me nervous too. You're not providing your ID. Is there a reason you're not providing your ID? Do you have a warrant? And the officer is also saying, hey, ma'am, if you could please keep your hands visible. One of the #1 priorities for these officers should be to make it home alive and well. We saw that in the first clip too, where the officers were saying, hey, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. That's fine. In both situations, the officers are looking out for their well-being. That's exactly what you want. But again, you can see the difference in the tone and the demeanor. All right, now what's been going on? Now this lady is using her phone to call her family members down to the scene. Now the cops are like, all right, she's calling her family members down. Now it's time to remove her from the car. Let's go.
Dear, I'm gonna give you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle. Ma'am, I'm giving you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle. Okay? Lawful order to step out of the vehicle. You're failing to provide your ID at a lawful traffic stop, which is a crime. Okay. So you can either roll the window down, or I will break it. Okay. So, ma'am, you've been given plenty of opportunities here. Are you going to provide your ID? Are you going to provide your ID?
Are you serious?
Absolutely. Are you going to provide your ID?
For what? What did I do wrong?
Speeding. Speeding was the reason for the traffic stop. Are you going to provide your ID? Are you going to provide your ID?
The police got more than
I've
enough.
asked you several times, you refuse to answer. Are you going to step out of the vehicle? Are you going to step out of the vehicle? Okay, ma'am, you are now under arrest. You are under arrest for obstruction of official business and failing to provide your ID. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle, or I will break the window. Step out of the vehicle, or I will break the window. Ma'am, I'm telling you one more time. Step out of the vehicle, or I'm going to break the window. Okay.
Oh my God! Ah! Oh my God!
Step out.
No, I didn't do anything wrong. Okay.
He keeps saying, please step out. Look at this officer.
Please
Amazing.
step out. Please.
Oh my God!
Wait, let me rewind that again so you
Please
guys can
step
hear him
out.
saying,
Please.
please step out. Please step out. This is amazing police work. Just listen to him say, please.
Look at the other police officer on the other side of the car.
Oh my God!
Step out.
Please
No,
step
I
out.
didn't do anything wrong. Okay.
Amazing.
She said okay.
I didn't even do anything wrong. Oh my God! This is crazy. Oh my
It's real
God.
now.
Do you see anybody punching anybody in the mouth? Do you see anybody being dragged to the ground and punching in the thighs and nut shots? In neither one of these situations are such actions necessary.
Wow! Are you serious?
Punched the dude in the mouth. That was whack, officer.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to these officers. Just amazing, beautiful police work. And again, just for a quick comparison, let's take a look at how this police department conducts the exact same stop.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
Oh,
That was
man.
no.
Show me your hands.
Here.
1033 at 16.1 hours.
What is your reason, sir? What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No.
This is ridiculous. Oh, come on. Punching.
Hands behind your back.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yes. Ridiculous.
Oh my God!
Step out.
No, I didn't do anything
Please step
wrong. Okay.
She said okay.
I didn't even do anything wrong. Oh my God! This is crazy.
All right, guys, so you wanted my opinion, you wanted my legal take on the situation, and I've explained it to you. I'm not just Monday morning quarterbacking this when I criticize this police department because I've taken the time to show you excellent police work. We should all be behind these police officers. Without strong, honorable police departments, this nation cannot exist. We should all want to back the blue, but at the same time, we as a community have to be honest and we have to hold them accountable when they fall short. The most important thing that they cannot do is abuse the public. We are entrusting them with the power to take our lives if necessary. So they need to be held to a higher standard. Some police officers do amazing work. Other police officers need to be fired. They need to be tried, convicted, and incarcerated. For me, my take, this officer needs to be incarcerated. But that's my opinion. What's yours? Put it in the comments below.
You don't have to answer that question.
I think that police officer needs to lose his job. One, the punches in the leg, punching is not, I'm not going to say it's not allowed. Here's the thing, guys, police officers can only use the amount of force needed to maintain the situation. They can only use, you got to meet force with force. If somebody pull out a knife, you can't pull out a gun. If somebody is fighting you with your fist, you got to fight back with your fist, something like that. You get what I'm saying? He hit the guy while the guy was still in the car. Once you broke the window and took the seatbelt off, you should have went back to, please get out the car or we're going to drag you out the car. You should have went back to, once you dragged him out the car, you should have started giving more orders. Put your hands behind your back, get on the ground. He tried to get him in a headlock and push him down to the ground. He's resisting. You already got him on resisting. You don't punch somebody in the face. That is not right at all. And if that police officer got off after they seen his footage, there's something wrong with the system. That right there is beyond a reasonable doubt wrong as two left shoes. Look here, man. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Golly, I can't believe that happened, man. I can see why that went viral. You know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Is this police officer wrong? Let me know in the comments. because I'm dying to see the comments on this one. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.